Okay, I'm ready. You can start.
Just a trace of a cigarette when I kissed your mouth. Turned my world from sane and true. Now I'm inside out. All of the smoke was blinding, choking. Now I've come to this. Yours was not the mouth I should have kissed. Doorknob turning, I could be years from learning how I turned my back on you now. How long have I been sleeping? How long have my eyes been sewn? Wide awake but I am dreaming of poppies on the table, a blanket in the cradle. It was all a bedtime fable that fooled me for so long. That's where I went wrong. Empty bottles broken, fishnets torn upon the sidewalk. Running naked through the garden, can you hear the neighbors talk? When you finally came unraveled, it was the first time I felt balanced. Mine was just the heart for you to challenge. Doorknob turning, I could be years from learning why moving on starts with goodbye. How long have I been sleeping? How long have my eyes been sewn? Wide awake but I am dreaming. Poppies on the table, a blanket in the cradle. It was all a bedtime fable, fooled me for so long. That's where I went wrong. How So that's a new song, and Ryan and I, as I said earlier, we've been working on a new record. We went in thinking that it was going to take about a weekend to do, and we're currently on the 10-month mark, 8-month mark. Well, it feels like 10 months.
It feels like 3 years.
And it's been a while. But I'm super happy with it, and it'll be coming out in January of 2013.
We can set up a pre-buy now.
We could what?
Set up a pre-buy.
A pre-buy. You can set up a pre-buy right now. It's been a really, this year has been sort of amazing for us. Our last record we recorded in my parents' basement, which was called The Next Right Thing. And then in February, our lives sort of changed because we dressed much nicer than this, and we got to go to Los Angeles because our record got nominated for a Grammy Award, which was totally surreal. I got to walk the red carpet and rub elbows with Snooki and Paris Hilton. Because when I think of music, I think of Snooki and Paris Hilton. But nonetheless, it was such a surreal experience. I think my favorite moment on the red carpet was I was turning from an interview, and the next person in line for the interview was Katy Perry, and there was a split moment where Katy Perry and we linked eyes. I saw into her eyes, and she saw into my heart, and you now I've learned you can't look Katy Perry in the eyes. You're not supposed to do that, because what will happen is you will fall madly in love, and you will never be able to love another woman ever again. So for just about every day of my life since then, I dedicate this next song to Katy Perry. But tonight, we are going to change that, and we are going to dedicate this to Casey. Could you please come up here and take the throne? This is called Walk Casey Home. Not a chance. Southbound to a concrete canyon town. I've been 100 times before. Bright-eyed for some angel on the east side, Water Street. I would drive 100 more. In my mind I can feel the sun and hear the subway sound below. I can taste the water, I can smell her on my pillow. I may be over my head, I may be out of my mind. There may be skin I can shed, there may be something divine. 'Cause the wind is singing out to that fog, rain is sounding like applause, urging me to drive through the day, just to walk Casey home. Perceiving, I'll keep a watch while you're sleeping. Kiss the hope around your eyes. That's creepy. Unsaid, I'll lay a hand on the top of your head, be your reliever for the fever starts to rise. 'Cause in my mind all the city lights are like burning papers in the dark. I think I'll board a train tonight and wake up on Water Street. I may be over my head, I may be out of my mind. There may be skin I can shed, there may be something divine. 'Cause the wind is singing out to that fog, rain is sounding like applause, urging me to drive through the day, just to walk. Drive through the day, just to walk. Drive through the day, just to walk Casey home. I would drive through the day.
Ryan, don't touch her.
Just you walk, Casey. Stand in line, shoot your cuffs, a gift for the wife, a seat on the bus. Fill your bags with what you got, ain't who you are, but what you bought. Now step up to the gallows, put a rope around your mind, and you won't see the shadows in the darkest of skies. I will hide the shadows in the darkest of skies. A typical day, a two-faced smile can't cut your loss, you're the rank and file. Take your seat with the lost and bitter, and clap your hands at the stars and glitter. Now step up to the gallows, put a rope around your mind, and you won't see the shadows in the darkest of skies. I will hide the shadows in the darkest of skies. Margin falls, pension plans, pay no attention to the starving man. A plastic house, a bended knee, savor the wine and believe you're free. Now sign that line for slavery, though you can't pay that loan. This corporate plantation gonna be your newfound home. Now step up to the gallows, put a rope around your mind, and you won't see the shadows in the darkest of skies. I will hide the shadows in the darkest of skies. Stand in line, shoot your cuffs, a gift for the wife, a seat on the bus. Fill your bags with what you got, ain't who you are, but what you bought. So earlier this year, Ryan and I, we got invited to go on tour. It was our first West Coast tour ever. We got invited to go on tour with Ani DeFranco, which was amazing. We played our first show ever on the West Coast at a sold-out Fillmore Auditorium, which was completely surreal. We called it the "It's All Downhill from Here" tour, and it was awesome. Ani has been one of the biggest influences in my musical writing in the past year. I'm living spending most of my time living in Washington D.C. For the past year, and Ani and I, when she was playing down there in October, we got to have lunch, and one of the things she said to me during lunch was, now is a time more than any other time that as a writer, it's your duty to find the songs that need to be sung. Not just the songs that you like to sing or the songs that other people want to hear, but it's your duty to write the songs that need to be sung. And I never really looked at my role, my job in that way before, and it really sort of re-navigated my writing in the past several months. This is a song, it's a new song that I hope falls into that category. I co-wrote this song with one of my favorite singer-songwriters by the name of Ellis Paul. And this is called Plastic Soldiers. I had grass stains for scars, 8 years old in my backyard. I played with army men in the blue sky afternoon. Out of the pine trees and sap, plastic soldiers would attack. In my imaginary wars, I led platoons. Come home, soldier, dinner's getting colder. It's time to put your toys away. Marching orders, backyard borders. You will live to fight another day. Put those plastic soldiers away. At an army base in Kabul, I was 19, kicking up gravel. From the Humvee, a flash of light burst through the floor. An RPG and metal scraped. The shrapnel took both my legs. Now living in this body, I'm a prisoner of war. Come home, soldier, dinner's getting colder. It's time to put your toys away. Marching orders, backyard borders. You will live to fight another day. Put those plastic soldiers away. Box of soldiers from the attic, G.I. Joes with automatics, toys I saved to pass down to my own. He was running through the backyard, wearing grass stains like old scars. My legs are made of steel and silicone. Come home, soldier, dinner's getting colder. It's time to put your toys away. Marching orders, backyard borders. You will live to fight another day. Put those plastic soldiers away. Put those plastic soldiers away. Put those plastic soldiers away. So I'm going to turn this stage back over for a few songs, back over to Ryan Hummel. Give it that. Thank you. See if I can get this thing to work.
first.
All right. I'd like to play another breakup song.
Sorry.
Get on!
I don't think the world has enough of them yet. But I was just explaining to some very nice people over there about the way that I've come to view breakups, at least at a distance, and I think they're really interesting. I do. I think they suck, obviously, but I think they're really interesting. I think it's important to go through them, and just like anything else difficult, what you're left with is the skeleton of a really important lesson, if you're paying attention, I guess. And I haven't always been paying attention. But so this is a song. This is a song. It's a really depressed song that I'd love to play for you. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about this one. I don't think I've ever played this one in front of an audience before. Most of these I haven't played in front of an audience before. But all I know is that as miserable as I was when I wrote it, it feels equally as awesome to play them, live. It does feel really, really good. So thanks for letting me have a place to do this. Hot summer night, pouring rain, told you I love you the first time, and now I'm finding myself in so much pain, 'cause you're going away for a long time. It's 4 a.m., I'm writing again, and the pencil starts to shake. The hour strikes like my greatest fear. You'll be gone when I am away. How do I deal with myself when you love me like nobody else can? I'm beginning to taste the weight of space as it rolls down from my eye. Go for a while, baby, don't say goodbye. Cold winter day